Well, it's exciting times in Rockwall Yellowjacket football history as on Friday night, your Rockwall Yellowjackets clinched their fourth playoff spot in a row as they defeated North Mesquite 72-49 to advance to the 2016 playoffs. Hello everybody, Chris Curtis here for the Rockwall Sportscenter playoff edition of your Yellowjacket football team. Of course, joined by my play-by-play announcer and my partner in crime and the guy that predicted this whole thing was going to happen when the Yellowjackets were 1-5, Billy Quinton. I'm giving you credit for that. You deserve it.
I'm actually going to quote Aaron Rodgers, R-E-L-A-X, relax. Remember when
all you got to do is relax.
Relax, everything's fine.
All you got to do is relax. And obviously the Yellowjackets were relaxing pretty good on Friday night. They put a whooping on North Mesquite, 72 points. The offense clearly is clicking now. What a great start, or finish to a great season so far. I mean, I know it started rocky, 1-5, as we mentioned, but man, they rolled off 4 straight wins to get themselves as the #1 seed in Division I in 11-6A. So a lot of good things are going right here now for the Rockwall Yellowjackets.
Well, we said it from the beginning that 1-5 was deceiving. The schedule they played was just unmerciful. I mean, it's, you know, when you got like South Lake and Highland Park and the 67 Packers and the Mean Machine and all that, I mean, those are tough teams to beat. And Rockwall, the biggest win, of course, in that whole jumble was beating John Tyler. And that's their only loss of the year. So I think that this team knew, even in the midst of a 1-5 start, well, the one team we beat is one of the best ones in Texas. We've got something. We just got to stay the course. We've said that. Coach Webb definitely said that, and the players knew that, and they did. And even after the Heath loss, where it looked like it was, you know, going to be almost impossible to get back in it, because then you're going to be playing Longview the next week, and know that was going to be a tough one, and then they barely lose to Longview, another close one that they had a chance to win. Now you're sitting there at 1-5. You're 1-2 in district, and some other teams in district are rolling. It didn't look good. But Coach Webb and his staff and these kids, you have to give them credit. The old "jacket fight never dies" is not just a slogan. They live by it. And they went out and reeled off 4 in a row against a few pretty good teams. And here we are.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the first 4 games of the season, Highland Park, South Lake, Rylette, John Tyler, all 4 going to the playoffs. I think all 4 were a #1 seed as well in their districts. So, I mean, it really wasn't an easy start for Rockwall. But, man, the way that you mentioned that "Jacket Fight Never Dies" motto, it just seems to kind of come up to play in Rocktober. I'll give you credit for that, too.
Thank you.
Good job. You're on a roll this year, man. We're working on a bonus for you by far. But, I mean, exactly. But, I mean, they turn it up right at this moment in time, and every year it seems like, and for the 4th straight year, we're going to be playing some postseason football.
It is. It's amazing. When we first started doing the broadcast, this is our 9th year doing it, it was such a rare thing to make the playoffs. You know, our first 2 years we didn't make it. We make it our 3rd year doing it, which was 2010, and then it goes right back to 11 and 12 not doing it. So, and then old Rodney Webb shows up, and it's pretty much
he's all right. Yeah. He's all right. We kind of like him, I guess, right?
I think he's got some job security, and more than me or you.
Yeah, there you go.
And but yeah, and so here we are. It's now the norm, and and we'll talk about this a little bit, but Rockwall fans are adjusting to having to not finalize their holiday plans.
There you go.
And that's the thing, you know. And so, but you know, you talk about that schedule, and the thing is, this district, it's an amazing competitive district, maybe the toughest one in Texas. Many say it is. The Dallas Morning News certainly feels that way, as they talked about it a few times. But I want to say that you look at these teams that did not make it, like Heath and Tyler Lee and Mesquite and North Mesquite. All 4 of those teams, including Tyler Lee, who did not win a district game, I would guarantee you if they were in a majority of the other districts in Texas, they're qualifying for the playoffs too. It is just that tough. It's a very difficult district, and I'm proud of the Jackets to fight through it and to get the 3rd spot. And not only do they make the playoffs, they're hosting a playoff game on Saturday and have a chance to make a pretty good run here.
You mentioned the Dallas Morning News. I gotta dig a little bit. They called us survivors of the District 11-6A. I kind of think when you win 5 games, you're not really a survivor. I think you're more of a dominant factor in the district. But I'm biased, so, you know, whatever. But anyways, we all, of course, want to hear from the mastermind of your Rockwall Yellowjackets, Rodney Webb, after his team's big victory this past Friday night against North Mesquite.
Well, it was stressful, you know, knowing that we went into the game needing to win, and North Mesquite played a heck of a good game, especially in the first half. You know, they're just so explosive offensively that it was pretty much track meet in the first half, and then, you know, somewhat, you know, I was having one of our coaches feed me the Horn and Heath score knowing that, if Heath were to win the game, that, we had to win. And that kind of added a little bit of stress for me early in the second half. But, once we jumped up a couple scores, it took a little bit of the stress away. But we feel really good about the way things turned out.
While your Survivors are playing a playoff game, I love it. I have to do it. They are playing a playoff game this Saturday at 1 p.m. right across the street here at Wilkerson Sanders Memorial Stadium. They will be hosting Montgomery. That's going to be a nice little switch up once everything was realigned. We have a new by-district foe, so now we're going to be hosting a Montgomery down by Houston. So talk about Montgomery, and man, unfortunately they have to travel 3.5-4 hours to come play Rockwall, but it's going to be a very good matchup for Rockwall. It looks good on paper for Rockwall, but of course we have to play it on the field. So kind of talk about what Rockwall, the keys of the game for Rockwall to advance and win their 4th straight by-district championship.
Well, a couple things. First of all, I'm just still amazed. We had it the previous years with the Waco and Killeen schools as our by-district. Normally a by-district, you're familiar with the team you're starting the playoffs with, and this one we're playing teams in the Eastern Seaboard, I think, is pretty much what it is. But yeah, exactly. So again, here we go. I don't know a lot about them yet. We do know that Montgomery, they got 4th in their district. They're District 12-6A, and a very tough district also with the Woodlands and Oak Ridge and Lufkin also making the playoffs from that district. And that looks like they're like a lot of the other teams. They run the spread offense. They have a pretty solid defense, and it's a defense that likes to mix it up. They don't have a lot of defenses now. I'll talk to the coaches, and you say, well, are you 4-3, 3-4, 4-2-5? What are you? And a lot of them don't even want to give us a base defense anymore. I mean, if you watch Montgomery, they got 3 down. They'll have 4 down. They'll have 5. They'll have 2. They just mix it up. So I think that's going to be the challenge for Rockwall, is trying to read that defense and deciding what they want to do. North Mesquite kind of did that. And so anyway, I think that'll be the key to it. Now let's go back to, you want to talk about what Rockwall has to do. Let's talk about that North Mesquite game, if you're cool with that.
Absolutely.
Because
I love 72 points a game.
I do too. It's like the old days.
Yep, there you go.
We hadn't done that in a while. So anyway, to watch this team play now is night and day. Even though they were playing well to start the season, but the record didn't show it. Now they're reaping the benefits of this team improving. Let's start with the offense. Sam Crawford, Player of the Week with the Dallas Morning News because of his incredible game with 4 touchdowns.
Say that name one more time so colleges can hear that.
Sam Crawford.
There you go.
And there's one particular college that hopefully, I won't mention it, but we'll just leave it there. But anyway, but yes, Sam, outstanding. And, makes a play that should lead his huddle highlights, the bubble screen, that he splits the defenders and then outruns a couple more who have the angle. And so he just did everything in this ball game, and he deserved to get this recognition. And Matt Jones, the unsung hero. We talk a lot about all the other guys, but Matt Jones just putting the ball where it's supposed to be, and his running has been incredible. The hardest running quarterback I've seen in a long time here at Rockwall. I said he reminded me of, he doesn't look like him or anything, but he was running like Robert Newhouse, and then of course he gave me a blank stare, not knowing who at all Robert Newhouse was, and then I grabbed my cane and I walked on out of the room. But anyway, so Matt Jones doing outstanding. Of course, A.J. Blacknall, a great runner that has just improved as the season's gone along, and he had an incredible game and even threw a touchdown pass. That's what's that. We even have throwing touchdown passes from the running back position. And then I want to give credit to Cam Creighton, had a really good ball game with a couple big catches and scores. And then Rita Rako has really made a difference in this offense with an H-back that is the most best all-around H-back. We had Luke Turman before and Jalen Veasley, who were outstanding H-backs, but their specialty was just blowing holes open for the running game. But now we have a Reed that has a little speed, can make the plays in the secondary, but also block. He's turned into a really good blocker. So all around, and of course the offensive line. You can't go without mentioning this offensive line that has just opened holes and created. I mean, you're going to have a 1,000-yard rusher, you have a 1,000-yard receiver, and then you have Matt Jones just flinging it everywhere.
But of course, Coach Webb is now already focused on Montgomery. Let's hear what he has to say about his team's chances this Saturday.
Well, we think they're a really good team. They're very unorthodox. Offensively, you get a whole bunch of formations, a whole bunch of schemes, so they're tough to prepare for from that standpoint. And then defensively, they're very, very unique defensively. They're a man-cover team that brings pressure every different way you can imagine. And so we haven't played anybody like them this year. So that's a challenge for us to prepare for a team that you really can't put any comparison to. So they're going to, they're in the playoffs. It's a big deal to them like it is to us. They're going to show up ready to play, and, they're going to have a great week of preparation. And so, certainly it's an opponent worthy of our respect.
All right, well, don't forget, it's this Saturday, 1 p.m. at Wilkerson Sanders Memorial Stadium. It is Rockwall versus Montgomery. Rockwall has a chance to win their 4th straight district championship. I know that sounds good to Billy, and I know, as I mentioned last week, he wants a state championship because he wants a ring. I mean, he's trying to get some.
We've done so much to help this team win in the 4 years. Literally, this game, the biggest game of the year at North Mesquite, what did we do to help? We ate Babe's chicken and drank Dr. Peppers. That was
I'm still feeling it from that game.
yeah,
for sure.
That's our contribution. So you're welcome, Rockwall.
We got to get Kay to give us more Babe's chicken throughout the rest of the playoff run. But of course, another exciting playoff run going on right now is your Rockwall Yellowjackets. They advance to the regional quarterfinals for the first time, if I did my math right, since 2008. I think that's correct. If I'm wrong, Damon will probably let me know on that one. But, of course, exciting times for the Yellowjackets. They will face the Woodlands tomorrow, Election Day, down in Fairfield, Texas. So you can listen to that game. They start at 8 o'clock. Of course, the Lady Hawks from across the pond here, they'll play at 6 o'clock. So we got a double whammy of Rockwall ISD volleyball for you tomorrow night. The Yellowjackets will play the Woodlands. They're looking to advance to the 4th round, since I don't know when, but very exciting times for the Rockwall Yellowjackets. Of course, they and the Lady Hawks went back and forth 11-6-8. Only 2 losses the Yellowjackets had were against the Lady Hawks. So Rockwall ISD making some noise in volleyball this year.
Yeah, it's really neat to see those girls doing well and having their run. And I encourage everybody to go to Fairfield and support them. And we're excited about that. We'll, and if they advance, then I don't know when they play next. If it's the same time as our game, of course, we'll update that during the ball game. But it's just a really fun time to be a Yellowjacket right now.
Absolutely. And, of course, football is starting their playoff run. It's this Saturday at 1 p.m. over at Wilkerson Sanders Memorial Stadium. And, of course, if you cannot join us for some strange reason, you got this guy and his crew at www.rockwallisd.com. They might be up for an Emmy pretty soon. I'm not sure. We're flirting with there, but not sure. So any final thoughts? A big chance here for Rockwall to win their 4th straight district championship or bi-district championship.
This is one that almost feels sweeter making the playoffs now, because those the first year was something we had to have some things fall our way, and they did. They had the incredible comeback against Mesquite, and then Horn beat. We had to have somebody else win to get in, and they did. And their last-second field goal, that always is a little bit special, because the first time we went back to the playoffs in a while and actually did some damage once they got there. But this one has that same feel. Rockwall did it on their own here. They didn't have to depend on anybody else. But it's almost one of those things where you just appreciate it. Sometimes you're just, all the years, and we'll do this again next year because this is a great team. What are we going to do when we get to the playoffs? Well, this was one of those years that it wasn't that easy. And so everybody appreciate this and appreciate being in the playoffs and the atmosphere. And this season goes by so fast. It feels like just a couple weeks ago we were organizing all our updates and that the season's starting, and here we are, that the season can end at any moment. And for a lot of teams, it is over. It's done. The regular season's over, and they're now thinking off season. So appreciate that your Yellowjackets are still playing. They're in the 2nd season again for the 4th straight year, and they can do some damage. This ain't one of those teams that will go in there and we're just happy to be there. I really feel like where the teams line up, they have an opportunity, just like last year, to put some things together, to put some wins together. It's got to start this Saturday, and they got to play a tough Montgomery team, but all the games are going to be tough now. And I know, I don't even have to ask, I know Wilkerson Sanders will be full. So
call out right there.
They're going to be there. But if you can't make it, listen to us, because we're going to have a ball. We always do. And it's a blast. And so it's like a little party we got going on. And
Russ Childress joining the broadcast. I know he was up there flirting with the idea the other day.
He actually got on our equipment the other day before the game started, and we had to Lysol it. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, but anyway, that wasn't good. It's uncomfortable to walk in the booth and see him playing with all the equipment, putting headsets on.
You're lucky we got a broadcast out on Friday.
It's weird. His Vitalis is all over the headset. Uncomfortable. But anyway, but get out there. This is an incredible time, and not only for the football, for the Yellowjackets. Go support them and have fun, because I know that they're fun to watch. And that's an incredible atmosphere also. And Fairfield's not that far away. Head on over there and support them, and let's just have a ball. Let's enjoy it. Let's appreciate it, and let's not finalize our holiday plans. Make sure that Grandma knows that at Thanksgiving you may have to leave early, whatever, because for the last couple of years we've been playing around Thanksgiving time. And people get uptight that we're playing the day after Thanksgiving. No, get ready now.
You know, Black Friday shop.
It's online.
Get all your shopping done here at Rockwall Sportscenter before
you
your Thanksgiving plans, and you're good to go.
There you go. You can get one of these cool shirts. You got all the stuff behind us.
Almost as good as Billy. Almost.
Give it a shot.
But of course, as Coach Webb always says, each team is different, and of course, the old Coach Webb saying here at Rockwall, he always goes one round deeper every year since he's been here. So what does that equal, math major?
Well, that equals out to a state championship next year, because last year
we were right this year about not panicking. I don't know if I'm going to put my claim on that one yet, but I'll let Billy have that one. But I kind of want to have it this year. But you want to wait till next year. You go right ahead.
Well, I'm just I love it this year, but you're talking about the math and the whole process, everything. So that adds up to we make semis this year. State championship next year, the way the progress has been going. Now, I'm all for doing it now and cutting to the chase. I'm all for it. But, I like how we've gone from, man, it's great just to make the playoffs to I got to get my ring size in.
Ring size in over here. I don't know if Rockwall Sportscenter does rings. We'll have to ask Jared about that here in a second. But, of course, if you can't make the game, it's www.rockwallisd.com. We will see you this Saturday, 1 p.m. at Wilkerson Sanders Memorial Stadium. Don't forget, jacket fight never dies. The playoffs are on. We'll see you Saturday. Have a great one, everybody.